Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a new Let's Play on a game called Learning Factory. Let's jump right in. There's a couple of campaign modes that have some fairly extensive tutorials to walk you through, and there's a ton of tutorial content here in these guides. Some of which I haven't read yet, I admit. But let's do free play mode. And I want to pick a map here. Let's take a look at what our choices are. Archipelago looks like a bunch of water to deal with. I think I'll pass on that. Amazonia, ooh, lots of rivers. Skip that. Broken World, this one is super cool, but I don't think I got the skills for it. Lots and lots of water to deal with, and then these little prongs of land sticking out you have to bridge. That's a little too challenging for me where I'm at. Continent looks kind of nice. A bunch of land to build on. There's some rivers and things to deal with, but not too bad. That's definitely a candidate. Sparse Archipelago is even more water. I don't want that. Wasteland. Oh, look at the terrain. It's like all deserty. I think I'm just going to go with continent, actually. We can look at the others real quick. Arctic, kind of predict what that is. Half of it is snow. Tropics. A little more water to deal with there. Let's see continent. Yeah, I think I still like continent. Plateau. Not quite as much land. I want lots of land. Sharply continental. Okay, lots of snow. Oh yeah, look at the layers. Got like bands for the different biomes almost. Let's stick with continent. And I'm tempted to increase the size, but we'll go with what the default size is just for performance. Just kind of stack the odds in my favor here, and let's proceed with that. And then before I can start the game, I think they're going to make me do a randomized key. So I'm just going to click this once, kaboom. And there's my key. Is that it? That might be it. Let's start a new game and jump in. And I've not played a custom map before. I did go through the campaign quite a bit and highly recommend doing that, but I kind of wanted to try something different for this playthrough. All right, here we are. Oh, did we get a little hoverboard automatically? No, they dropped me in the water to start, but yeah, I don't have the hoverboard yet. All right, here is our new world. We've got some remnants and things here to pick up. We got a copper vein. Let's just start by looking around here. I'm going to grab some of this copper. We got a goofy little belt maze here with storage. Let's just take that up. We'll leave the plants to grow. This will get us some initial resources we can use to build with. What else we got around here? Bunch of cotton plants. We do have some water to deal with, clearly. Tons of copper over here. So that's where we'll probably most certainly do our copper processing. Tons of copper deposits. In fact, we can look at the map. Do that. Map. Let's blow this thing up. And let's see where things are at. Iron veins. Oh, man. Wow. We've only got one iron vein to start. One iron vein that's in our starting region. Oh boy, that's not great. Tons of copper. And it looks like there's a lot of iron here down in the south. So we'll be expanding there in a little bit here. Off in the east, I guess. Oh man, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But looks like, yeah, we'll do iron processing here. We got lots of copper, so we got some choices. Gold, I'm not too concerned about. It's going to be a while before we get to that. Same thing with gems. In fact, I've never used those yet. Milky glaciers are far in the north. And then we've got trade ports way on the outskirts. And it looks like I think these are the little trade platforms. All right. Okay, off of the map. We've got lots of work to do. Man, that iron is so far south. We might need to start out and put our store down that way. Let's head over there. go. We've got some stuff over here. Turing trees. I'll have to read about those. I'm not familiar with what those do. Remnants here. Let's grab these transports. Pop them into our inventory. Tons of iron iron nuggets over here to get us started. And then there's our only iron vein. Man. All right, they got a few little tutorial things in our hotbar. Let's cycle through these just to get the blinking icons off the screen. So I'm going to throw down a storage. It says storage units stack when placed next to each other. To unload items from storage, use manipulators. And press Control left mouse button to grab all items from the storage. So it looks like we can load them straight with the belt. You don't need manipulators to load them. But to get resources out, you do need these manipulators, which are like the inserters in the game, to get resources out of storage. So that's that one. Let's clear these guys too. To create a cargo route, you need at least 2 docks. There's no distance limit between the docks. Then place a Zeppelin. Zeppelins ignore terrain and locked territories, so they can fly pretty much anywhere between 2 docks. And finally, open a Zeppelin and make a route. Zeppelins are a bit slow at the start, but their speed can be improved with upgrades. Little typo right there. Okay, very cool. We'll see that. That's a cargo dock. They gave us a couple of those in our inventory and a small Zeppelin. What was the other one? Was there something else here that had tutorial? I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Let's put a store down. I think they gave us one in inventory. Let's just pick a spot. Kind of would like it a little bit in the open so we can route multiple products to it. About right here. Did they give us a store? I'm looking. There it is. Fixed price store. That'll get us started. And then for our cat gates, this is where our cats are going to come in. I want a bit of room between where the cats come in and our store. So I'm going to bring this back a bit. Right there, actually. And then I'm going to scoop up some of this iron here and start making some more transporters. I'll harvest some of these nuggets. It'll take a second. I think each one gets us 20 lumps of iron here. Ingots, basically. Let me harvest this stack. Or this little grouping of iron nuggets on the ground. These don't respawn. All right, that should get us started. Let's, I'm going to hit E to get into the backpack. There's all our resources, and I'm going to hit Control click to spin up 100 conveyors or transporters crafting. And now over at the store, I guess before we even send the cats in, we've got the basic cats are going to come first, probably. Let's look in the wiki. If I hit H, and then over here at the top left of the screen, if I go to cats, here's the kind of cat that we've got. Oh, there's no needs yet. Oh, this shows what the cats want to buy. Our whole purpose in this game is to make cats happy by producing toys that they like and resources that they like, and then putting them in the store and getting them to purchase those things and become happy customers. Here come our cats. They're all basic cats. I think once they come in here, maybe they'll start showing us what their needs are. Okay, looks like yarn balls. Yarn balls, so they're all leaving unhappy. I'm going to actually disconnect the belt until we get yarn balls going. And yarn balls, let's see. We've got 2 cotton collectors in inventory. And And we don't have, let's see, under production, we've got one yarn ball maker. Oh, that's not a lot. Do we have some fertile land nearby? We've got some here, it looks like, where we could plant some cotton. Can I make bridges yet? I can. Oops, so I can bridge this water if we need to. The first thing we want to do is get yarn balls into that store. Right now I'm just scoping out where we have cotton kind of growing naturally that we might be able to take advantage of. There's a little tiny bit up there. There's area here where we could plant. We do we have? We've got 50 growing cotton plants we could make use of. I do have a lot of cotton over here. The terrain's a little goofy here. You can see this rocky ground. Can't build on that. Later on, we'll be able to blow that up and terraform it the way we like. And I can't build over the water, I don't think. But we can put bridges down and then belt resources, but I can't put machines on top of bridges, I don't think. I think we can do the fishing dock, but... So I'm trying to decide a good place for cotton. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna minimize those goals. We've got cotton up here too. This might be a little better. Got a bunch of fertile land over here too. Let's try to start over here. I don't see any growing cotton that we can kind of pluck out and replant. So we're kind of stuck with what we got. But let's see if we can get some basic yarn ball production going. Let me go to my production menu. Got 2 of these with me. 2 maybe like this. Harvest that cotton. This cotton I'm going to just delete. I'm going to put another cotton harvester here. Then I've got some plantable cotton under my terraforming hotbar. They gave us 50, and that cotton I plucked out gave us an extra one. Let's plant some. This is on non-fertile ground, so it's not going to grow quite as fast. So we got that guy harvesting, that guy harvesting. And I need to put 2 more cotton plants there. And now let's get our yarn ball maker. And let's think about how we want to do this. So cotton will come down. Might be able to put more harvesters up top here. We'll start with what we've got. Let's grab these transporters. Doop, doop, doop. I'm going to loop these down this way. Right now we've only got 1 yarn ball maker, but it's a start. Pop this guy down. Boink. And then we've got 2 manipulators. Use one of those. And get the cotton balls. The yarn balls going. And then for output, we don't need to use manipulators. We can just belt this straight out. We're going to bring this all the way over into our store. And I got to work around these cliffs. These are a lot like the cliffs in Factorio. Kind of a nuisance. Around. How many more conveyors do I have? I have 90. All right, straight into the store. Let's see if we can make more of those yarn makers. If I go into E, production, I cannot. So we're gonna need to get some research going. While these yarn balls are making their way into the store, let's place our research. I think we need this monument. Maybe we can put this a little out of the way somewhere. About right here. Boom. Okay, now we've got access to the tech tree. We've got cotton collectors, the drill, and lumber mills. These things are all going to be important. Let's do cotton collector. Add that to the research tree or our research queue. Let's do all of these. That's going to be our drill. That's going to be the lumber mill. And let's do the yarn ball maker too, so we can craft those. There's tons of stuff to research. The research tree in this game is just enormous. And then once you get off to the right of the research tree, you get a whole collection of infinite research where you can just iterate on it over and over again. And it kind of stacks per level. So if you research 50 levels of this, then you get an increase of 50% on your research efficiency, say for this one, for example. And then at the end of the tech tree here is the secret Catopia project, Catopia project. That's what we're looking to get to. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully we can get there in this series. Okay, now we need to get our scientist placed. It's going to start with Dr. Katz. Let's pop him maybe over here. Okay, he's already starting to do some research for us. It says this is where Dr. Katz is working on scientific papers, pushing your researches forward. In time, you'll be able to build more labs and hire more researchers to speed up the progress of science. Scientists' work is funded with profits generated from your cat stores. The quality of the research depends on the skills of the researcher. Even during the Union times, cats were well fed, so keep those salaries coming. So yeah, the toys that we sell in our store, and we could probably let our cats into the store now since we've got some yarn balls in there. The profits are used for two things. One is the research, as we just saw. Now they're going in there. Boom, our first happy sale. Yeah, we're selling yarn balls probably faster than we can make them. But yeah, we've got two types or two pools of cash. So at the top of the screen, if I drop down this cash, it shows us how much we're making per second, the 0.26 coins per second. It shows that our research expense is 1 per second. The research is costing more than we're currently making, so we're artificially slow with our research right now. Average income per sale, and then we got this working capital over deposit. Working capital is the money from our sales that's available for the researchers to spend on research. And this deposit is money that we've set aside to purchase parcels of land. So if we look at the map, we have this land is available to us in the center of the map, but all these other parcels that are highlighting, we need to purchase those. And those little circles on some of these parcels, those are cargo balloons or the zeppelins that will allow us to transport resources. We saw that in the little tutorial. And so we got to buy those first to access those, or we can just build them ourselves once we unlock those in the tech tree, the zeppelins. Okay, so what we want to do though to start setting money aside for those land purchases, if I go into the backpack, I just use the E key. I can't do it yet. Down here where it says backpack on the left side of the screen at the bottom, it says deposit. That's where we specify how much money we want to save for land purchases. But it says we got to unlock the capitalism milestone first. And I think we unlock that just by completing research. Go way back here. That down here somewhere. Upgrades and blueprints. I think it's down in here somewhere where that'll open up for us. We got the tech tree going. We've got our researcher going. We're making some initial yarn balls. Let's see what else. We've got this data storage and we've got optical cables. So let's read about data storage. Come into here, into the wiki. See if it tells us about the data storage. This guy stores data for faster initial training for machine learning modules. A connected data storage will receive data from at least one store. Once the storage is filled, older data will be replaced by new ones. With this storage, data is grouped to facilitate the estimation, the quality of a data set. If a science lab is connected to a data storage, researchers specializing in certain fields will take data from it and use it in their current research projects, given that said research category matches the specialty of the researcher. Data research. Given that said research category matches the specialty of the research. Okay, interesting. Not sure if we need to put this down yet. Basically, we're going to take data from this store and feed it back up to our researchers. We can put this down. Let's put it right there. And we've got 20 optical cable. We're going to connect this store up to that data storage. And then I think, let's see what it says. As suggested by its name, data storage stores data from connected stores. You can see it updating in real time. So there was a sale that is being recorded and stored in this data storage. Data can be used by researchers with specific perks to improve research. Later in the game, this data will also be used for machine learning training, but never mind that for now. Okay. So you can see all of our sales, or at least a certain number of sales, the last 20, are being recorded and saved here, kind of logged. And then our researchers can make use of these. I don't know if Dr. Katz makes use of these or not. We would need more optical cable. Let's see if we can make more of that. That takes copper. Let's make a bit more of this and see if we can connect this up. Don't know if he can make use of it or not. Did that screen just change? Yeah, it did. So maybe he can make use of this data. All right. We get a little notification here on the left side of the screen. It says demand for a new kind of item detected. Let's see what these guys are wanting. Yarn balls. More yarn balls, except we're not producing enough. Oh, they want cloth too, it looks like. So yarn balls and cloth. And do we have this? Okay, name your factory. Pick a name for your factory or just leave it be and prepare to serve on Protavad until singularity. Name Gliderton. Right? Yeah, we're not producing quite enough. Let's take a look and see. Have we unlocked the ability to make more cotton collectors? We have. It takes wood and iron. We've also unlocked the ability to make the lumber mill. That takes iron. Let's get a few of these crafted. I'm going to right click and get 5 of those going. And then for drills, that takes iron. I'm going to do 1, 2 drills. Yarn ball makers take wood and iron, so we need to get wood going somewhere. Can we find a little bundle of trees? I don't see many trees yet. There's some cotton plants that we can replant. I'm going to pluck these out. And these guys right here, boom. Those will go straight into my inventory, these growing ones. And we can put them wherever we want. These cotton plants here are mature. I can pluck them or harvest the cotton just by left clicking. That gives me the cotton. If I right click, that'll remove that whole plant. But these little growing ones, I'm going to pluck those out with the right mouse button. And that will allow me to replant those wherever I want them. Grab some of these. Later on, we're going to unlock the ability to craft those growing plants ourselves without having to go hunt them down and pluck them out. But that's unlocked in the tech tree. Man, there's not much wood here. I don't see any regular trees. Unless I missed it. That's kind of crazy. We can unlock them in the tech tree to plant trees too, but man, it's pretty extreme that there is none, or there are none. There's some resources way out here. Let's go over there and do some scavenging. Grab these cotton plants while I see them, these little guys. This cotton self-propagates, so it will take over more and more of the map. Eventually, we'll clear out a lot of this all at once. We'll have better tools to do that too later on. Let's head over this way. We can scrap this stuff. Resources again. I'm going to pluck out these growing cotton plants. We'll make use of these. And then we can pick up this debris, basically. There's some good transporters here, and then there's debris that'll give us iron and other resources. Ooh, a couple of manipulators there. Those are like the inserters in the game. I'll grab those. Pluck these. I'm basically looking for trees. There's some up in here. A few trees in there. We don't own that land yet. We might have to buy some land just to get wood. Let's keep looking, see if we can find any trees. We can harvest anything that we can see on the map, so I can reach way over here and grab these guys if I want to. I'm gonna do it. Might as well have these in my inventory. We can place them down wherever we want. Still looking for wood. It's starting to look like we're gonna have to buy a plot of land just to have the ability to make wood. I'm gonna bridge across here, and I'm gonna immediately pull up these bridges because we need we need this wood. Man, well, that's crazy. I don't see any trees down here. A bunch of apple trees, but these guys are. There's some trees off to the left. But almost none copper nuggets in here. Yeah, I think we might. Boy, I can't buy land yet either until we have a deposit. What am I going to do for wood? Can I craft it? Oh, they gave us some trees. Okay. So they gave us 50 growing trees, and they gave us 50 growing fir trees. The fir trees give us a higher quality of wood. So let's plant some of those on a green plot of land. Maybe over here we start a little forest, and hopefully it'll self-propagate a bit. So let's start with fir trees. I'm going to put 9 of these down. They're going to take a while to grow. I can fertilize them. That'll speed it up a little bit. And then can I put a woodcutter, a lumber mill? Lumber mill. That's a copper deposit I can't move. That's fine. I'll put this here. And then once these trees grow, you can see they're at 2% growth. It's going to take a while. And this lumber mill is going to harvest them. In fact, let's do some more of that. We'll start with these fir trees. I think they are better. Fertilize these guys up. Boom. And then this will give us wood for crafting and for our production chains down the road. So back to lumber mills. Boom and boom. And again, those are going to take a while before they actually harvest anything for us. And we'll route the outputs up this way. Maybe across here. And for now, we'll just throw them into a storage. All right. These guys want cloth, and we need more yarn balls coming in. Okay, wood. We've got a tiny bit of wood, 10. So I can build one more cotton collector. Oh, man. We need more trees. Let's do some regular trees too. that we can just use for crafting as well. These regular trees are lower quality wood. I'm just going to put a bunch of these down here so we have something we can harvest. In fact, I might use up my fertilizer too, just to speed things up. And we'll wait for those to grow. Tech tree, let's take a look at that, see if there's more we can research. There is. And down here, the bottom is where we can do kind of planting stuff. So let's do some of these. Okay, bridge is already researched. Fertilizer, let's get that queued up. Surface fertilizer is useful for increasing the base fertility of the ground. This is kind of a one-time use fertilizer, and then the fertilizer we're researching now is like a per crop. So every crop, if you put that down, it'll speed it up. But let's do growing cotton plants. We want to be able to plant those or craft those at will. Hedge will stop plants from propagating, so they won't go beyond the hedge if you put that down, kind of like a way to fence in a plantation of cotton or trees. I want growing a tree. Let's add that to the queue. And then at some point, we'll unlock the ability to save cash, that catitalism. And then looms, we know they want fabric. Let's get that added to the tech tree. And then claw sharpener makers, I'm going to hold off on making. These are new products that cats will want to purchase. And I think if I research too many of these things too soon, I'm going to have a lot of unhappy cats because they're going to start wanting this stuff and we won't have the production up and going yet. So we'll wait to research some of these until we have yarn balls fully supplied and fabric fully supplied. Okay, the research tree is going. These guys are waiting on the yarn balls. I'm waiting on wood that I can harvest. Cannot buy any land right now, so I'm stuck with what we've got. Cotton supply looks good. I could try to build one more yarn ball maker. Let's try it. Yeah, wood and iron. Actually, I'm going to go for 2 of these guys. 1, 2. If you center click with your mouse, you can copy the building. So we'll grab 2 of those. And we will feed these guys with manipulators. Hopefully I've got 2 more. I do. Boom and boom. That'll increase our production a little bit. And then we'll see if this cotton's able to keep up. Hopefully it can. If not, we'll put more cotton collectors up here. Looks like that's holding up just fine. We're sending 3 times as many yarn balls to the store. Next, we need cloth. Let's see what that's going to take. Cloth, cloth, cloth. We have 1 loom. This takes cotton also. We might even be able to leverage this same belt, though I don't know that that's a great idea. Okay, we got some research getting done. Good, good, good. Can I build more cotton collectors? Oh, you know what? I think we... apple trees. Let's look at our wood. 4. If I harvest apple trees, do I get any wood from those? No. If I rip these plants up, these apple trees, I think it will give us some wood, but kind of don't want to do that just yet. Grab some of these growing plants, though. The same thing with apple trees. They will kind of propagate on their own, and occasionally you'll see growing ones. If you pluck those out before they're fully grown, you can replant them. I'm kind of looking for trees again, but man, there's nothing except for the ones we planted that we got to wait on. And we need wood before we can make more cotton collectors. You know what we could do? Looks like there is a little bit of surplus cotton on here still. Let's extend this line. And let's temporarily do some cloth production on here. I've got one loom. I think this guy just takes cotton. So I'm going to move you way over here. Let's see, can I craft manipulator yet? I cannot. Oh, man. All right, we got blueprints tutorial. Blueprints help you plan your factory ahead by placing virtual buildings. Blueprints for each building become available once it's researched. And you can access the blueprint mode by pressing F7. You can control plus left mouse button on a blueprint, and the building will be placed on top of a blueprint. It will automatically be crafted if needed. Or you can manually place buildings on top of blueprints. No need to delete them. Also, you can build all blueprints around yourself by holding J. By holding Shift while using transporters or optical cable, you can enter smart placement mode. It allows you to place full lines much faster. Okay, I have to think about that. Holding Shift while you do the transporters. I'll have to give that a try. You can select a group of buildings by holding Control and dragging your mouse. You can copy the selected scheme, Control C, or save it, Control S, and place them somewhere else. You can mass delete blueprints by selecting them and pressing delete. Okay, I don't tend to use blueprints a lot. Kind of like building the factories by scratch myself. Even if it's a little repetitive, I actually kind of like it. All right. What I need now is a manipulator. I can get cotton into my loom. And I'm going to look around and see if there's a scrap one laying around because I can't craft it. Oh, they want me to go into blueprint mode. Okay, now we're out of it. Let's look at the tech tree and see. Okay, most of the research projects have upgrades. Upgrades can improve productivity of buildings in different ways. And additional recipes, or add additional recipes, or unlock an alternative version of a building. That's these. So here's the main tech drill. We unlock that. And then we have access to these two things, which are like buffs, like they're talking here, upgrades. But these need, well, they'll tell us here. When a research project is selected, you can see its upgrades here in the bottom right. Most upgrades have requirements for unlocking them. After you unlock an upgrade, you'll need to research it. So there's 2 steps to these upgrades. First, or 3 steps actually. You research the base technology, and then these will kind of reveal themselves. And then you have to satisfy the conditions. So in this case, we need to produce 1,000 yarn balls, and we'll then unlock this new plus recipe, which is a higher quality yarn ball. But first, you can't even start researching that until we produce 1,000 of them. You can see the numbers counting up right now. That's that. Let's logistics, transporters. Where are manipulators? Right here. Let's get that in the tech tree because I need those like now. What else we got? Splitters. Yes, please. We'll add to the research queue. Tunnels. There is an underground in this game, so we can route materials directly down to the underground with a tunnel. Do all kinds of belts and logistics underground, and then pop them back up to the surface where we want them. It's kind of a form of underground belts, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff we can do underground too. But tunnels is where that all starts. So let's add that. Okay, hoverboard. That's locked behind this cat's secret. We will find these on the map. But we can't do it yet because we can't buy parcels yet. I think as we research more things, there it is, catatolism right there at the bottom of the tech tree here. We're progressing along this research tree somewhat automatically as we research things. And once we get to catatolism, it's going to unlock that deposit ability. And that's what's going to allow us to buy land. So we just got to be patient on that one. So let's see. Ooh, I got long manipulators. I could use those. Let's see. How close are we to having that done? Manipulators. We're close. 9 out of 15. Some science labs are lacking money. Yeah. That's because our cats aren't finding all the products that they want. We could do a long manipulator. Oh, we're so close to having the regular ones, though. Let's, how am I doing on iron? I'm okay. Let's craft some more transporters. We know we're going to need those. I'm going to control, click, and get 100 of those crafting. And then I should grab some iron. Let's route our output while we're waiting for the ability to do manipulators. I'm actually going to change this around. You guys are going to come down this way. And this one, this is going to be our fabric. We'll have those access that belt. While I'm down here, I need to grab some more iron from these deposits. Way over here on the right, let me grab like, I don't know, 10 of these nuggets. I think we get 20 ingots out of each one. I've got 4 storages. Let's see if I've got a drill. I'm going to grab 4 more of these nodes and let's see if we can throw a drill on that iron vein. Maybe just put that iron into storage for our own kind of handcrafting needs. Boom, do we have a drill? Yeah, they gave us, or we made some. Let's pop this guy onto there. And I'm going to belt this again somewhat temporarily just into a couple storages. And then I can swing by and pull iron out of there. A couple copper nuggets here. Let's grab those. Got some little cotton plants growing. I'll pluck those up. More copper here. One more of these. And actually, that's probably a good place to end this episode. Between episodes, I'm going to grab this iron, all these iron nuggets, and probably these copper nuggets, and get that into our inventory so we can use it for crafting. And then when we get back, we now have the ability to craft manipulators. So we'll get our cloth production up, or set up, get that routed into the store. We're still, oh, hey, we're just now starting to produce wood. And it's the higher quality wood. You can see it says wood plus. But just about every resource in the game has 3 levels of quality. There's the base quality, quality plus, and quality plus plus. So wood, wood plus, and wood plus plus. And the higher the quality, the happier our cats will be. And as our cats level up, as we play on, they're going to want those higher quality items. And the ones that don't want the higher quality items, they'll still take those. They'll still purchase them. So yeah, next episode, we'll work on getting our loom hooked up and start producing cloth and getting that into the store. And then we'll see what our cats want next. But that's it for this episode. Again, this is Learning Factory. Pretty darn cool game. As I record this, it's late December 2024, and the game is approaching its 1.0 release. That's coming up real soon. I don't think they've announced it yet, but it's coming super soon. So yeah, that's it for this one. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support. As always, deeply, sincerely appreciated. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next episode.